you.
Do we have any questions?
Oh, excuse
Mr. Todd.
Thank you. I just, poor Derek. So we're delighted to be here, and we might move quickly ahead. If we could all be sworn, we could save a moment later.
Mr. Tarr, could you put on the record who your witnesses are, please?
Sure. Thomas O'Shea is to my left, your right. Phil Jordan, the architect, is next to him. John Frisbee represents Enterprise, and that's it. So
All
the
right,
four of us.
gentlemen, if you'd raise your right hand, you swear affirm your testimony this evening will be truthful.
I do. So,
Before we go, we'll swear Mr. West in. Save time later. Mr. West, you swear affirm any testimony you give this evening will be truthful.
I do.
Thank you.
So, good evening. Let me very quickly say that the variances that were originally sought have been dealt with SPRAB and with staff, so that, apart from the use variance, because it was a gas station and car storage, the car rental facilities are not permitted, but the bulk variances have all been eliminated, with the exception of our request for 9 by 18 foot parking spaces instead of 9 by 19. Mr. O'Shea will explain that he always asks for that. And the little grass island by the entryway is supposed to be 9 feet wide, and it's 7.6 feet wide. Those are the only variances we have. The signs are fine. The trees are the right shape and size. We've worked very hard with staff, and then they asked us not to revise the drawings and send them to you revised. It's a little awkward, because we now have to explain where the proposed plan actually differs from what you've looked at over the weekend. We apologize for that. It's just what we were asked to do. So we have a series of slides. On the slides, we're going to show you where the staff asked us to make the changes, where we've agreed to it, and ask you to accept those changes to the plan.
Can I just ask one question? You said the signs are fine.
Yes.
That means you've modified them to be in compliance.
Conformity as to size, and they are externally illuminated.
Okay.
Yes, a very fruitful meeting with SPRAB that went on quite a bit about the trees and the signs, and you'll hear several times about the changes that we made in response to suggestions from staff or from SPRAB. So no sign. You'll see pictures of the signs, and it's superimposed on the site. I think you'll get a good idea. So with that, I'm going to turn over to Tom O'Shea, who's going to give you the site civil engineering issues. Tom's testified here many times. He's at Van Harvey, and he's a licensed engineer in New Jersey.
Thank you, Chris. I'll go through a series of slides. As Chris said, I'll explain the changes as we go along. The site photos, everybody's familiar with the Larini gas station. We're going to repurpose the building with no additions. The architect will speak about the floor plan and some of the energy and utilities for the building. Lower left is looking across the site. On the left-hand side there, you can see Lakeside Apartments, Faculty Road, and you see one of the light standards that are on Faculty Road. Lower right is on the site, looking across the site towards Alexander at the entries. In the background, you can see the 2 Bradford Callery pear trees that we're looking to remove for the site. Just in context to the neighborhood, lower left in green is the site of the project, 272 Alexander Street. Alexander Street and Springdale Golf Course is to the left, and as we go up to the roundabout, you can see the parking lot from Arts and Transit and the station. So we're uniquely sited. We're a short walk from the station where we expect to get some of our customers. We're located in the S1 service district. Chris is right. Gas stations is a permitted use. Rental of vehicles like Larini's had done for years. If you recall, he used to put his vehicles out on Alexander Road. As I drove by it every day, it would have a little placard in it and said, "Rent me." So you had a series of cars on Alexander Street as an accessory use. This is being, primary use is why we're in front of you for a use variance. The existing condition, Alexander Street, as you can see, is to the bottom of the page, and we're looking across. The site is almost 100% impervious. You can see the two entry points, ingress, egress on Alexander on the right-hand side, left-hand side. The two Zelkova trees are located in this location. The work that was done on the intersection a couple of years ago is improved at this location. And this is the extent of the landscaping that is on the site, off the site. Next door, we have parking lot. There's a series of yew trees over in this location, and we plan to leave them. You'll see in some of the reports that it talked about the pylon sign was the old gas station sign that was internally lit, was in this location. We are proposing this new sign in this location. This is the plan that was submitted to the municipality. What we did is we blocked off the right-hand entrance at this location. And in working with staff, we thought it would be a good idea to introduce grass swale to intercept most of the water as it runs off to the site, pipe it to a new inlet in the site that then connects to the pipe in Alexander Street. The entry at this location is shown on your plan as 26 feet. You'll see the revision that we've reduced that down to 24 feet. Some of the variants that we asked for, we have a total of 26 parking spaces on the site. That's not all for, it's for employees. We'll have 4 employees at the site at any given time. It's for vehicle storage and for people coming to rent cars. In the back of the site, we have 6 stacked spots over in here. And one of the comments from SPRAB is to take the 2 spaces located here and stack them, but stack them in this direction over in here, so that if somebody comes and visits the site, they can drive around the building and then parallel park in this location. We don't think that's a good idea. We're not inviting the customers to come and drive around the building. It's a secure area where we have some of our vehicles. We feel, and we worked with staff, that the head-in parking at this location was suitable. Some of the variances that we talked about is the parking stall size. We have 9 by 18 feet, which we routinely use so that we're not taking up a lot of pavement. The ordinance is 9 by 19, so we're asking for a foot variance in that location. This landscaped island right here is 5.5 feet. What's required is 9 feet. You'll see with the revised plan that when we reduce the entrance to 24 feet, we're able to make this 7.6 feet. Again, the only 2 variances that we'll be asking for this project is the width of that island and the size of the parking spaces. So a total of 26 spaces. 1 is ADA accessible, van accessible, located to the closest location to the building. What this slide shows is the difference between the submitted plan and some of the revisions that we worked with staff and SPRAB to come up with a better plan. So one of the comments had to deal with the sidewalk in front of the site. Right now, if you've ever been out there, what happens is there are people that actually kind of go into the site and around that landscaped island. So working with staff, staff asked us to make the width of this sidewalk similar to just to the north, which is an 8-foot sidewalk, same materials. So next to the curb, we'll have approximately 3 feet of cobble laid on its side and then 5 feet of concrete. We, up in this location, you heard Derek struggle to say that there was the reverse curve for the island, so we've simplified it. So we had a an island over in here, which was less than ideal. We had an opening of 26 feet, so what we've done is we've created a greater green space. We've necked down the entrance. We shipped the entrance to be at this location 24 feet wide, and the offending island from a variance standpoint is at this location, and now it's 7.6. What I've done here is I've shown some of the landscaping that's in this area, and we've incorporated the little landscaping that we had over in this location. And the width of the swale, the green space of the swale was 10 feet as proposed, and along Alexander Road, we bumped that up to 15 feet. Not only do we have the Zelkovas providing the required number of trees per parking space, and oh, by the way, we will make them a minimum of 2.5 feet. So there's no variance there. We've got 15 feet and it's a little bit wider. This is a very gentle swell, and we don't see an issue. We don't see an issue with locating the trees in that area.
As you pointed out, you make a record, for the record, he said 2.5 inches, not 2.5 feet.
I'm sorry. One of the things that we've added to the site that wasn't shown on the site plan is where the cursor is shown. We have a concrete pad for an AC condenser unit, and that shows on another plan. So here's the overall rendered site plan with the improvements in place. What we have is, and you can see the air conditioner condenser unit. The chain link fence, which is on the site, is located over in here and closes on this side, and we will replace that with black vinyl coated chain link fence, 6 feet high. That signage and the architect will get into the signage a little bit. We have a compliance sign in this location that meets the township requirement both in size and setbacks. It's 8 feet off the property lines on both the north and the west property line. The location for the wash bay is in this portion of the building. And what we have is we have an oil-water separator that then connects into the sanitary sewer. We spoke with the PSOC, and the PSOC is fine with that. Just so that you know, this is not a commercial car wash. This is prepping cars prior to rental. We talked about some of the amenities that SPRAB had asked for. They'd asked for a bench, bike rack. We're not looking to put an enclosure for the bike rack. And if needed, we're going to have garbage receptacles. We do not need a trash enclosure for this. The garbage that's generated will be taken off-site each night. This is just a diagram that shows the lighting, and what we're adding 3 pole-mounted shoebox downlit poles that match what's on Faculty Road. If you've ever been out there at night, it is real dark. This will add some spillover light at the intersection as well. 12 foot high, 70-watt LED. We have 5 wall packs around the building that shows the lighting in these areas. And those lights, we'll leave 2 of them on for security at the back area, but otherwise at 9 o'clock we're looking to turn off the wall packs on the building, but we would propose to leave the shoebox lights that spill out over onto the sidewalks. We think that's a good idea. Hours of operation. The hours of operation of this facility, my understanding, is Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, Saturday, 9 to 12, but is not open on Sunday. And again, we would turn off the building-mounted lights with the exception of the ones that we want for security at 9 o'clock at night.
Okay.
Yeah.